Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Morris. Hi. We all survived the fireworks last night. I guess local neighbors didn't set any off, so while it was loud and there was lots of them going off, they weren't right up at the house here, so I was relieved. You may remember from prior years that I'm not a fan of local residential fireworks. I'm good with town shows, though. How's my Marty boy doing? Hi. Good morning. Say I slept on the bed with you last night, Mom, at Mr. Don's feet. Well, it is for sure another scorcher. Everything is holding up well, except for maybe me. No, I'm okay. Wildlife has water. I'm not mowing the grass because it's too hot to mow the grass. And if the deer come through and they want to eat the grass, the clover and the wild violets, that's good for them. So, best not to cut it too short. They say that the heat dome's about to break. And there's a chance of thunderstorms this afternoon. There's a better chance tomorrow. I'll be praying for a thunderstorm. Don't break your streak.
Yeah, 3 days in a row for ice cream. That's that. I love that kind of streak.
That wasn't the streak I was talking about, but that's the kind of streak Don cares about.
That's right.
Funny. Too funny.
Yeah, well, I'm going to try to moderate myself today. I had a pretty spectacular thing yesterday. This is going to make me have a scoop today.
Yeah, well, what happened yesterday was they had really interesting, dreamy flavors there. And now that I'm on the I don't need mint chocolate chip every single time I get ice cream, I decided I needed to try 3 of them. Right. And Don did end up helping me finish mine a little bit at the end. I got full. But when Don saw that I was going for 3 scoops, he went for a sundae. That's kind of how that happened yesterday. And Don had no problem helping me fit. I ate most of mine, but Don did share a little bit with it. So
yeah, I certainly did.
Getting in case and pulling out. Case says it's 92.
Yeah, that was in the shade.
That was in the shade, and it's only 12:30. It's not, 5 o'clock in the afternoon is about when we've been hitting our peak temperature. It's supposed to be pretty hot today. I don't think we're going to top yesterday's temperature, though. I think we're going to be like at 99 or 100 in Raleigh today instead of 103. It was hotter on July the 4th in Raleigh than it's ever been on July the 4th. 103 is not our all-time high, not even close.
That's for Raleigh.
But that's for Raleigh. But also, I did check yesterday, and yesterday was officially the highest day for us of the year so far, according to our Tempest weather station.
Our Tempest, that was. That's
right. The day before, what did not top our high, we had a 1-day high in June. Yes. Yeah, what really made this one get so much press is 5 days straight. That was really it. We've had an occasional upper 90-degree day. Of course, we have this summer, but not 5 days straight.
Yeah, it's been a streak. Even I will admit that.
Yeah, but Chris Michaels on Facebook today, WRAL. Somebody asked him, so is the heat dome starting to break up? And he said yes, and everybody loved that. Yeah, we have I asked A this morning. We have a 55% chance of an afternoon thunderstorm tomorrow.
Oh.
And also, I think we're going to go into the mid to lower 90s and not be in the upper 90s. Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, well, what we really need, and I know, bite your lip, Marianne, but what we really need is for the humidity to come back and this high heat dome to leave so we can have afternoon thunderstorm activity.
Yeah.
Because that's how we survive the heat here. We get that. And humidity. We need humidity to have afternoon thunderstorms. That's just the sad state of affairs. So we can't have both. There's actually a lot of traffic here right this second. Yeah. So, yeah. When we get drier, we get no rain. And then we have a cruddy summer. So, Oh no, don't go, Case. Don't go. Don't go.
He didn't go.
He rolled though.
Yeah.
Rolled.
Which is fine.
Like I said, we were just a little busy here right now. There's a car came over the hill, but not at high speed, and I consider that to be acceptable. So.
Yeah.
So we're headed up to the Howling Cow Dairy Education Center, or the NC State Creamery.
Yeah.
Up by Yates Mill. I guess Lloyd's family walked around the mill, but wanted to meet us at the creamery. I don't know that we would have walked over to the mill, put on our hat, no problem.
Yeah.
Not maybe the full walk out there, but the mill is fairly close to the parking lot. But they said meet us at the creamery, and probably that's okay with us today.
Yeah. Well,
so.
Yeah, it's so warm that, you know, walking at the mill is shady.
Well, parts of it could be shady.
Yeah, you can find enough shade maybe, but it's still awful warm. And but it's worth seeing. So I'm sure they saw the mill, and they said they were going to have a picnic lunch. I couldn't remember if there were.
There are.
There are?
Yeah,
okay.
There are several places they could have eaten at a picnic table there.
Yeah, it's one of the few things I don't think we've ever done.
I agree. You and I tend to eat in the car for starters, and yeah, I agree. I don't think we've gone there with the purpose in mind to pack a picnic. Although there is one spot where there might be a view of the water while you have your picnic lunch. So,
right.
Anyway, yeah, Don was getting comfortable in his.
I was way comfortable.
We were watching Kyle's video about Ruby, the Bernese Mountain Dog, and I have always loved Bernese Mountain Dogs, and I like dogs with tricolor, so black, brown, and white. It has always appealed to me as and they are a good family dog, and they're bigger. Kyle and I both I don't like huge dogs, but I like big dogs. I gotta be over 30 pounds, but really over 50 pounds is, I wouldn't bat an eyelash at. And anyway, I guess her name was Ruby, and she's 6, so they're not renaming her. And I thought how appropriate, it was just meant to be. That's right. So, yeah, I hope to get a chance to meet Ruby really soon. I'm excited for them. It sounds like they might still get a Bernese Mountain Dog puppy, which, since Ruby is an older dog, I think is probably still way cool, because Ruby's not too old to put up with the puppy, but she is a good age to teach the puppy good manners, because I think when you have an adult dog, kind of can show the younger dog the ropes of how to be a good human companion, that can't hurt. And so that would also would be exciting. You know, we all miss Ellie, obviously. Kyle lived here when he got Ellie. I remember, I have pictures of Johnny playing with Ellie on the floor at the the town home over there in Raleigh. And so, you know, we knew Ellie when she was really tiny, and we loved Ellie. And but it's good to fill that vacancy with love for another animal that needs a home. So we're excited for Scott and Kyle about Ruby. Not that we had a ton of stuff in the back, but Dawn did move the few things that we had back there to the back. So if the kids in this family want to get in and sit and go for a ride and stuff, we can do that. Get that pretty sky. I really prefer, for interest, when there's clouds up there and it's not just blue. I mean, every once in a while for a photo, maybe just blue is convenient, but that is just pretty interesting. There is a chance of a thunderstorm today. It's just not as good as tomorrow's chance. Right. But it would be after 2 o'clock, and it's 12:40. What else was I gonna say? Oh, I think us going to the supercharger last night, the time that we ended up going just worked out really well for me, because as we were leaving the supercharger, was right when downtown Raleigh started putting off their fireworks. And you know, that show goes for about 30 minutes and is pretty serious. Raleigh being the, you know, I guess we've got more people in Raleigh than they have in Charlotte, even though Charlotte has some bigger, taller buildings downtown. The overall population of Raleigh is bigger. It just depends on how you measure the city. But anyway, it was a big state capital. It was a big display. And what I was trying to say is, I'm sure there were a lot of fireworks going off near us at the house, and that tends to upset me. And, you know, it's just loud, and I worry about the cats, and I just don't do well with it when it's neighbors shooting them off. And this year there's, you know, I guess there was at least one fire in the Fuquay area due to fireworks last night. So I was just glad to not be around, just sitting there doing nothing except for thinking about the people out there firing the fireworks off. So that worked out good for me. I'd put Marty and Stripe in the house and checked on Morris and given him some wet food. You know, I've kind of fed them more canned food this week, just to make sure they're staying hydrated in the heat, and been out there pretty frequent checking on everybody to make sure they're in the sun. And when I pet them, they look, you know, they don't look like they have heat issues or anything. So I was okay to leave, and then I was pretty glad we got home and they were still setting them off, because, you know, they did Lillington last night too. So what happens is we got the boom-in coming from two major displays, one on to the south of us and one to the north of us at the same time. And which I'm good with. People should go to the major displays. The only thing I ever have trouble dealing with personally is the residential displays, and especially ones in adjoining yards to my house. I don't have a lot of trust in that. So I was glad we were on the road last night. So this is the new Target, which we've pointed out before. It's across from the Culvers. You know, when I used to drive to downtown Raleigh every day, I came through this intersection on 401. It's just past that overpass where you would leave town and the speed limit would go up. What are you pointing at?
The red light on the red turn signal, but all right, now it just turned yellow.
Yeah.
Flashing yellow. So it did what you said it did.
Yeah, the right turn signal was red, but the through was green, and it's just weird.
Yeah, I think they got a timing issue.
Yeah, so a lot of people are hoping that maybe we would get a supercharger at that Target. And the other thing I was going to say is, you know, that Gold Leaf Shopping Center is what that is called. And it's supposed to have all these out parcels, which they haven't started building yet. And, you know, it's like everyone was all excited. It was going to be the next Cary Crossroads. It was going to be full of stuff. And I'm sure stuff will come. Don't worry. I'm not saying it's not coming, but I'm saying it's coming slower than some people thought. And then a lot of people every time we go past, there's a fair number of cars in the parking lot, 30 or 40 customers in shopping. I mean, it's pretty busy. It's not busy like Walmart busy yet, I don't think, but it's pretty busy. But people have been doing grocery pickups there because they do have groceries, and getting expired stuff. I've seen 2 posts of people spread out that they did grocery pickup and they got expired dairy and stuff from there. So that did make me question if they're actually having the turnover that they expected to have of groceries and people shopping in the store. I don't really know. I don't know, but we'll see. I do think it can only get busier over time based on how fast we're growing. I'm just looking at the cars. Didn't see anything that caught my eye today.
There was a Fisker back there.
There was?
Yes, there was.
Okay. Like I said, I didn't see anything that caught my eye. I don't know.
I mean, you could say that's a pretty stylish looking car, but you know, you're best not to touch that with a 10-foot pole unless you just have lots of money. Because if it breaks, you're really going to be challenged, because you know, it's a hybrid. I think is the way to refer to that. It's not an electric car, but it's not a gas car either.
Well, there's Yates Mill on the left.
Yeah.
And one of the best things they ever did for Yates Mill was that white building right there is put in the creamery about, well, something less than 5 years. I don't remember exactly when. I told Don, I don't think we need to announce to your coworker, to Lloyd and his family, that we're here, because when we pull into the Cybertruck, they're just going to know.
Yeah.
Oh, cute.
Well, last year when we were here, there was actually a line. We had to wait outside, and then we got to wait inside. It wasn't bad. We used the whole time to talk.
Was that with Michelle and Adam, or was that with Lloyd?
That was with Lloyd.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a Juniper. There's a classic Model Y. There's us. I don't know if we saw another Tesla or not. Don let the car finish parking in the truck.
So we didn't get an intervention.
Yeah, we didn't get an intervention. He's at 176 miles. After 250, I promise to not make you push for 500, but...
Right. We're just going to park over here because it's a little bit more
room for people to walk around the truck. They're coming back. That was a good drive. Yeah, just a little demonstration of the light show here. Well, we had a really good time with Lloyd and his family. 2 of the boys, I think there were 5 kids here today, but 2 of the boys and Lloyd went with Dawn for a nice drive while I sat in the back porch with Lloyd's wife. And we had a nice conversation about kids and where they're headed in college and stuff. They're headed on to Michigan tomorrow, so the kids enjoyed the Cybertruck.
Yes. Great questions they asked.
Yeah, what was one of the things they asked?
Well, they asked about the AI. They asked, first of all, they got immediately asking if it would park.
Yeah.
And how does it know where to park? And I simply said, I don't know what algorithm it uses to park, but whatever the algorithm it uses to park, it works well. And they asked why it backed in. And I explained that because the charge port's in the back, it's sort of a Tesla thing, the back into parking places. And the other thing they asked about was, does it remember stuff? In other words, does it know my favorite places to go and things of that nature? And I explained how all that works, and that there's different AI models, and the model that's in the car is different than the one that you get at home. But all of that is coming. But right now in the car's focused on basically assisting you to navigate and find out stuff as you drive along, more so than solve big problems for you.
Right. Yeah, I agree. The kids seemed really excited, and I think they really enjoyed that. So
yeah, that
was... Oh, look at the pretty sunflowers.
Well, they definitely got the self-driving is real. They're not. I mean, they were genuinely excited and amazed by it. In other words, they weren't timid or scared or concerned. They a little trippy watching the steering wheel spin around and stuff like that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's have a really interesting, we're going to be here for a while, really interesting thing when you experience it for the first time. But I guess I would expect kids their age to just expect it to work, because that's what cars do now.
That's right. I don't think they were unrealistic. I was going to say, I was impressed.
Yeah, really long line of cars.
Well, we missed that light. And with that pickup truck there blocking the view, it was being a little...
Don managed to preserve his streak.
Yes, I did.
I did let him accidentally drive off with the tonneau cover open, but we didn't appear to lose any of the stuff we had moved to the back.
We had put a couple blankets back there, so...
And my hat.
And her hat. And if her straw hat didn't blow out, then I'm sure nothing else did.
Yeah. Well, that was fun, but Case says it's 101 here. Of course, we're very close to Raleigh now from where we were, and yeah, it's hot.
Alrighty, I think
there's one more car.
Oh, please go.
Okay. You ain't having that one more car, huh? Okay. Well, that is nice. You can tell the car to go anyway with the accelerator pedal.
I think it was going to go, but I just didn't want to. I didn't want to miss that opportunity because just as sure as I did that, then another car from the left would come, and so you know, we'd already it already knows how to get out of there.
Hey Grok. Hey Grok. Add in a stop at Harris Teeter Fuquay Arena on the way before home, please.
Navigating to Harris Teeter in Fuquay Arena, then home. It's 11 miles away, about 18 minutes.
Yeah,
Well, it's got this back into the carport fairly consistently.
Yeah, other than that last little tap right when it basically stops, I hit the accelerator just that little bit more, like right there. That was me.
Yeah.
That made it go back that extra 2 feet.
Yeah. Well, we had a nice little outing, but it is
hot.
It's plenty hot.
I'm ready. I'm glad.
99, 101. It's just hot.
It's just hot. That's exactly right.
It's 5:40 now. We've been chilling on the couch. We finished Kyle's video with Ruby, the Bernese mountain dog, and we're watching a little bit of the boating at the lake. We had enough grain to, I don't know, barely wet the ground. All the heavy stuff went north. It was so disappointing to be hearing the thunder and lightning, and, well, hearing the thunder, seeing the lightning, the alerts going off for severe thunderstorm and stuff, and all of the real rain went north. I mean, I can see the Cybertruck under the carport. It's not wet under the carport. There wasn't enough rain to do anything. I finished yesterday's video, and now I'm going to put this together. This is the companion kit, was the first one that goes along with those 2 pots. And I ordered it from Amazon because it was on sale. And their sale price and points on my credit card was going to be a better deal than buying it from Lego and getting Lego points. It's 217 pieces. I'm going to put it together, and then I'm going to cook up those ribeyes we got at Harris Teeter. All right. There they are. Pretty straightforward. Cute.